And guys, as we get started, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you didn't know we have an audio podcast, you can listen to the audio. Please do. Subscribe and follow wherever you are. And let's get back to it. We have daughters who are 8 now, and they're old enough to see mom as in a different light than when they're 3. They're old enough to see, kind of what people might view you outside of being just their mom, right?
Yeah. I would say more as what I would like to continue to put out for our girls, for them to see. And part of that I think is super important that people seem to really forget is that as a woman, you should, with daughters, like I feel like I should show them that I'm still a person. I have interests. There's things that I like to do. There's things that I like that are not just mom, because otherwise, what else do they see you as? You cook, you clean, you feed them, you make sure they're good, and then what?
A couple things here. One, you're a great example for the girls because, and I've said it before on her YouTube channel, Life of Ami, you can check out that video. They look at you and I think they will see a classy mom who takes care of herself, who cares about her appearance. And I think this gives the girls motivation and inspiration to have the right posture, look the right way, know that other people see you and that you make an impression on people. Now, what would the opposite of that be? What if by the age of 40, which she's almost there, and she looks this great, by the age of 40, what if you just let yourself go completely, you are really
my hair,
unhealthy? What example is that going to give the girls at what happens to women at 40? They're going to think that's what happens. But contrary to that, seeing somebody at almost 40 who looks like, when you were 22. So the girls sees a beautiful woman.
Yeah, I want them to see that part. Like I said, in knowing that they shouldn't not be themselves anymore after becoming a mom or wife, if that's what they choose to do. But also knowing, like I said, that mom has interests. Mom has friends. Mom, likes to read this type of book. Mom thinks this type of movie is funny. Like those other things that make up everything of who I am outside of just mom, that I think sends a message to daughters specifically, like, hey, be more than just this thing that's a caregiver. Be that, be good at that, prioritize that, but that's not all you are. And that's my biggest thing is that is not all that I am. I've made a choice when they were younger to say, I want to do this, this, and this, and just make sure they know I'm always here. And because those formative years, that's just the choice that I made. But I also said, I'm not going to allow myself to forget me once I come to the other side of this. And I say a choice, like the first 4 years of each of their lives, I was just like, I'm not friends. What? I'm not doing like anything, which again, my own choice. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just what I chose to do. But also in that, I still was said, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm still going to, make sure I don't let myself go. I'm still going to care about my health, my appearance, my brain, my mind, those type of things. So I think it's so, so important to, especially like I said, your daughters, to set that example for them, because they will eventually one day maybe become a wife and a mother. And they're going to look back and say, oh, well, when my mom became my mom, she just, threw everything else to the side and she wasn't herself anymore. It was all about me, husband. And I think that's a horrible, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. I think it's horrible. I think that is just a horrible example to set for women and your daughters in the future, that they should not aspire and strive and still continue to grow and be themselves.
Spouses are always going to be happier, more fulfilled if they are their own people. And you are your own person. You are a mom, but that's not who you are. Yeah. You were born into this world as yourself. You happen to have kids when you were 30 or something, but you lived a whole life and you still are your own person. I am my own person. I've said it before on this podcast. I'm not the type of dad who forces my kids to like what I like, because I already like it. I don't need you to like it. If you like it through proxy, then that's fine. But trust that I don't need you to like the things that I like to feel happy about it. I'm going to keep doing it. So the same thing with you is that we need the girls to see you as a great mom, but also see a strong, independent woman who, if you happen to care about fashion, then go for that. Some women don't, but still represent who you are as an identity, as an entity within this world. And I think that's important for an example for our kids and all kids. And through that, that's how you inspire people. Yep. That's how you have to inspire people by them wanting what you have. If I don't have what somebody else wants, I can't inspire them. You can't inspire them.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's why even part of, some of the things that we have coming down the line, like mom had an idea and she followed it through and she invented something and came through with it. Those type of things, and I'm not discrediting, men and dads and everything like that, but I think most people agree that it's mostly women who just lose themselves in wifehood. I don't know how to say it. Wifehood, wifedom, wifedom. I don't know. And motherhood. They just lose themselves completely in that because it is a lot. It takes a lot out of you.
Well, I can tell you why.
It takes a lot.
Women are better people than men, and women become more
they sacrifice.
Yeah, they're selfless, and they become, I've said it before, like if women were, in charge of the world, there probably would no kids starving or without, women take care of, men. As much as I love being a man, like we start wars, we do all these things. So I'm not going to get into that type of discussion, but I think that's why a lot of women lose themselves in relationships because they're an optimist and you want it to work out and you give so much.
You give
to
everything, yeah. Which again, I truly believe in. Like I give my all to you and to our kids, but I think you can do that while simultaneously being you and giving to yourself as well. And that's something that I've really advocated for, especially in the past year or two as I approach 40. And I know that our audience is kind of like in that range of 30 to 40 or so, a big part of our audience. And I just really want to be a light of saying, like, please, like, don't forget about you. Like, do not forget about you, because no matter what, you're still living. You're still living every single day. I'm still getting up. I'm still living. And if I forgot about me, like, I can't imagine how unhappy I would be, because once the kids are at school, then it's just like, oh, what do I do now? Who
am I?
Yeah. If it's not for you, then move on. Don't look at it. But it's for somebody. It's for somebody. And I know I'm doing it for the right reason. And I know I'm putting it out there for those people who need to hear it. Some people need the motivation. And that's what it's for. If it's not for you, like I said, keep scrolling. If you want to be in... I'm going to stop talking about people. Okay. But if you want to live that life that you're in a little hole somewhere, that's you. I don't know anything about that life. That's not the life I want to live. So if it's not for you, keep going.